right, hey there, everybody. How are things? I'm guessing if you got the morgues, you clicked on this, or somebody who says they have it, or you're just curious about it. So, um, myself, I've known I had it for it's about 9 months, probably last September. Last September. I believe it's layered. I believe there's different layers to it. Um, So I shed metals, I shed graphene, I shed nanotech, I shed insects, I shed plants. Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. So we're gonna go over this in this video. Crazy stuff, but it's real. It's real. Um, it's brought me to my knees. But you got to keep going. You got to keep going. So we'll go over some of the different internal and external stuff I do, protocols and detoxes stuff. I don't know if you can ever get it out completely. I've got a lot of it. Like there was so much biofilm on my arms. It looked like skin, but if you looked at it with the microscope, you could see it was all biofilm. Took forever and a day, but I'm about 80% of that's gone. So, you know, and different funky insects that AI doesn't know about. Right? I'm sorry I have no shirt on. I was working all day. I work at a lake, and I did take a shower, ran into town, picked up some things, and then I came out here fishing. I got one rod with the bluegill, live bluegill on there, and the other one with the worm. See what happens. And I was casting lures, but I want to get this done. So what we're going to do in this video is go over the stuff I shed, you know, and uh, and the protocols of what I'm using. That's been helpful. Um, it's amazing how much comes out of a person. It's just so wild, guys. I don't know what they're doing. They're trying to turn us into something we're not. That's the only thing I can think of, guys. Especially with the metals, the graphene, the nanotech. Did they change my DNA? There is one channel, and I'll leave a link to it, where she states the vector bug, if you're bit by the vector bug, that it does in fact change your DNA, and that's why you have strange insects living in your skin and plants living in your skin. I'm not the only one. Their Facebook group is called Morgellons Uncensored. Very good group. Very good. A lot of support there, because you don't have support around with anybody else. They just don't get it. They don't get it. So let's look at some pictures of some of the stuff I shed, and we can talk about some of the protocols. Now, the internal protocols, I'm gonna have to figure some kind of system of doing it, because they keep banning my videos. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll type them in the comments or something. Um, it'd be good to get local support groups. There's an app called Nextdoor, and I posted on it a while back. If anybody has Morgellons, and no, nobody. I'm sure people do, but I guess they're embarrassed. It's a wild, wild, wild thing, man. You know, I've had it for longer. The fibers, okay, the red, blue, black fibers, and the other funky stuff. So I had it for longer, because when I moved into the trailer I'm living in now, it was like 3 years before, and I threw all the stuff that where I was at into a bag, and so I went through that bag that was about 3 years old that hadn't been touched, and looked at the brush under the microscope, and it was loaded with fibers. But I think I took on another layer because I was bit by a bug. stacking firewood around September. So, all right, guys, let's look at these pictures. Um, if you don't have Morgellons, welcome. Um, this channel, I am a Bible believer, and I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. It's not a good one. I'm not a good one. Um, I want to be, but I'm just not. And so, yeah, let's take a look at some of these things, and we'll discuss some of the protocols. Because if they're living in you, man, you want them out too. I know. All right, guys. So let's check this out.